I can't wait to see the designs they usually come up with for those.
Yeah, great. So we're taking a look inside the new Guild edition of Woodsmith magazine, number 219, already loaded into your library, the digital edition. So we're going to take a look inside that.
And one of the cool projects inside this issue is a shop project. It's a multifunction swivel vise.
So the swivel vise, let's zoom in on this thing and take a little bit closer look. It starts out pretty easy. Basically, it's just 2 blocks of wood. Then there's some metal stuff that goes in between here that actually makes it all work.
Right, and that was the key challenge, was trying to figure out a way to take some ordinary hardware and create something that would allow you to swivel it around in 2 axes to make it easy to work on just about anything.
Right, so what did we come up with? A ball hitch. So just go out to your truck, take the ball hitch off, and then you can mount it, use that, and swivel it around, and it just mounts between 2 steel plates and some 1/2-inch threaded rod, and pretty much you have this swivel vise. Pretty cool.
It's a great vise, really versatile, and the nice thing is just some scrap wood and just some ordinary parts.
So we also had to mount a plate to it. We just used some, again, plumbing hardware in this case. Had a plate, you can put a vise on it, you can add other things, but cool thing is, let's head into the shop and take a look at how this thing actually works. Okay, Phil, that's working pretty well.
Yeah, it works great.
So here's our swivel vise in the shop, and we've got our 2 blocks of wood, and then in this block there's a massive 3/4-inch bolt that fits through a dog hole in our bench, so we can tighten this whole vise down onto the bench and keep it secure. Then we've got the 2 steel plates, threaded rod, and on one side is a nut, so we can tighten the vise down on the ball hitch pretty tight, and then finish the tightening with a handle that's on the other side when we get this turned to the angle that we want.
Right, and that gets to the heart of the system here, where we have the vise attached to a wooden plate, and then if you loosen this, pivot around to the back, you can see what I'm talking about, is that the vise is attached to the plate, and that's attached to a flange that's threaded onto the hitch ball, and then that allows you to create different setups. So for this one, we have the machinist vise, but there's other options that you can go with.
Well, another way to do this is to mount a hand screw to the plate. So we've got a plate, 2 brackets, bolts going through one jaw of the hand screw, and that allows the other jaw to move freely. Now I can go ahead and clamp a workpiece. In this case, I get that clamped in there. So it's a curved handle that we were working on for a pretty cool little box that we had as a project here. So now I can clamp it in place and then use a file or sandpaper to sand it to the shape that I want. Now this isn't necessary that I want to swivel it or tilt it. I just want to clamp this piece in place. It's not easy to do on the bench, and I can get it at a comfortable work height so that I can actually work on this piece.
Now what if you have a piece that's really long? We have a third solution for that, and that's to hold the workpiece with ordinary bar clamps. So what we have here is a much longer plate. There's 2 blocks on each end that have grooves cut in them that capture the bar of the bar clamps. Now you can put any length of bar clamp that you'd want to put in here to suit the size of the workpiece. So if you're working on something like this cabriole leg, you're shaping all the sides of it. So you want to be able to have access to all those sides, and using bar clamps is a great way to do it. Now when you put it in the swivel vise, you can really move it around and do a lot of work without the clamp or the vise getting in your way.
So this vise is very handy for a machinist vise in this case at an angle, or if you just want to mount a small piece into hand screws and get it at a comfortable work height, to mount a long piece into the bar clamp. So a lot of uses for this one swivel vise. It's a cool little project for your shop.